Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Matapos ang mainit na sagutan ng Kongreso at ang kampo ng mga Duterte, abay heto, nagisa di umano sa sariling mantika ang Kongreso matapos ang matinding birada ni Karen Davila at ni Marcoleta.
What was alarming in the hearing that the public should know is that it turns out that in 2023, the budget of the Office of the Vice President is 1.026 billion pesos. Frankly speaking, that's roughly giving her office, give or take, 80 to 90 million a month. Tama? Diba?
That's correct. That's correct.
Ang tanong ko, ba't naman binigay ng Kongreso yun? Tatanungin ng publiko, kasalanan nyo din yun. Diba? Eto tayo, iniimbestigahan yung paggastos niya. Ba't nyo binigyan ng ganong kalaking budget? Ang Office of the Vice President, nung panahon ni Leni Robredo, napaka-explicit nung line items. Pero kay Sara Duterte, itong 1 billion, hindi naka-line item. So, sa tatanungin ng publiko, kasalanan nyo rin yun. Not you personally, but the lower house. Bigyan nyo ng ganong kalaking pera.
Karen, wala namang problema kahit 5 bilyon pa ibigay sa kanya As
no,
long
may
as...
problema yon. May problema yon. Number one, hindi po siya ahensya. Siya po ay Office of the Vice President. Hindi maraming empleyado ang nasa ilalim niya. Ang tanong dito, why would the House spoil her with that budget? What for?
That is for the Committee on Appropriation to decide. But sa akin po kasing parte, as long as ito naman ay nagamit sa tama, na-justify po niya during the budget hearing, sa akin pong paniniwala, wala namang pong problema. But the problem is yung paggamit. Now, for example, ito nga pong confidential fund. Now, come 2024, it was only this time where we were able to get hold of this document. That's why we scrutinize, we question it during the committee hearing in the Committee on Appropriation. So that was the only time when we found out na parang, teka muna, parang may mali dito sa paggamit mo. And now, there is no law prohibiting the department from getting this fund. Kaya nga, ito nga pong purpose ng committee hearing natin is in aid of legislation.
Samantala, binira din ni Kong Marcoleta itong Quadcom na puro na lang Duterte ang binabanatan. Samantalang para ibaba ang singil sa kuryente ay ayaw pakinggan.
Bakit naman puro na lang yung Quadcom, puro na lang ito yung kanilang pinagsasakitan? Bakit lahat ng panahon, lahat ng resources dito na lamang nakatutok? In aid of legislation daw. Paano yung nagawa na? Na hindi namin nadidinig. Kamukha ng mga bilis ko na puro sa kuryente. Saka gusto mo ibaba ang kuryente. Walang panahon. Bakit yung pinipilit niyong gumawa pa ng batas? Ito, nakagawa na po yung, nakalinya na po lahat ang mga batas na pinanukala namin. Bakit hindi po kayo magbigay ng panahon para kahit papano? Kahit na isa o dalawa lang, maisulong natin. Bakit dito kayo palaging nakatutok? Hindi nyo nahalata yan?
Sumagot naman ang kilalang Marcos supporter sa mga birada ni Marcoleta.
Marami pala siyang pagtutol o hindi sang-ayon doon sa proseso, style ng pagtatanong ng Quadcom na binubuo ng 4 na congressman na hindi daw abogado. Ayan, totoo naman, si Barbers, si Abante, si Paduano at si Fernandez, hindi talaga mga abogado. Ang abogado lang ba ang may karapatang maging chairman ng komite? Kasi sabi na Congressman Marcoleta, magkaibigan tayo, kakilala mo, kakilala kita, pero ako may nagtatanong lang din. Yung sinasabi mo, nire-respeto ko. Yung pananaw mo na parang mali, dahil hindi naman sila mga abogado, mali ang pagtatanong, sa'yo yan. Taong bayan ang bahala sa'yo. Hindi exclusive para sa abogado lang ang magtanong, mag-imbestiga, at maging chairman ng committee in aid of legislation.
Narito naman ang sagot sa mga patutsada ng mga Duterte sa kampo ng mga Marcos.
Sir, yung si Attorney Panelo kasi yung isa sa mga nag-confirm na pupunta raw po si former President. Tapos, with the cancellation of the hearing, may mga posts po kasi online saying na baka naduwag daw yung Quadcom.
Alam mo, unang-una, hindi naman si Attorney Panelo inimbitahan namin. Di ba? It was the former President ng aming inimbitahan. And we were informed that the lawyer or the counsel of the former president where we also received letters from the law office of Attorney Delgra. Yun lang yung hinihintay namin na information. So kung social media, wala akong pupunta. Kung nagtatawag kayo ng mga vloggers, parang disrespect yan sa atin dito sa sistema ng ating imbitasyon. Do not invite in the social media. Kung gusto nyo, sumagot kayo, sulatan nyo kami. Diba? Sulatan nyo kami kung kayo ipupunta. Hindi yung sa social media kayo magsasalita. Of course, we appreciate the fact that pupunta ang ating dating Pangulo dahil yun naman po ang request ng ating mga kasamahan sa Quadcom, no? Na magkaroon ng talakayan, magkaroon ng palitan ng idea tungkol dito sa usapin sa EJK at usapin sa drugs, no? Na kung saan ay centerpiece ng kampanya ng ating dating administrasyon. Kaya nga gusto sana nating marinig mismo mula sa ating dating Pangulo kung ano yung mga kasagutan na kanyang ibibigay dun sa mga tanong na pinaghandaan ng ating mga Quadcom members. So, wag po nating I noticed also that there are several comments from the vloggers of I don't know which camp is that, no? Saying na wala pong naduduwag dito. O, ganito ho, para ho malinaw. Sa 21 meron kaming hearing. Yan ho, punta ho tayo dito. Pagkatapos ng 21, let us know kung kailan kayo pwede. Because we will schedule another Quadcom hearing on the date convenient for you, on the date na gusto ninyo, para ho mailatag natin ng maayos ang ating imbitasyon.
And reminder also as well, Mr. Chairman, as what Chairman Chu mentioned a while ago, that there is a 3-day ruling that are being followed by the committee. So kailangan po ma-inform din po kami officially. Wag po sana sa social media para at least lahat. Kasi pag social media, you can always deny it, di ba? Pwede kang hindi pumunta, tapos sabihin, hindi naman formal yon. But of course, kapag ginawa po nating official ang lahat, then, resibo po yan. So I hope that prior to November 21 hearing, somebody or the lawyer of the former president will write the committee for his attendance. Maraming salamat po.
Sir, clarification lang. At this point in time, walang natatanggap na kahit written or digital communication from the camp of former President Duterte na dadalos sana dapat sila bukas?
Wala po kami natatanggap hanggang sa ngayon. Ang nakikita lang namin yung mga vloggers. So, hindi ho namin pinakikinggan yung mga vloggers kasi wala naman nung sinabing tama yan kundi tirahin lang itong si Dan Fernandez kaya yun ho ang aming we wrote to them inviting them. Then we also gave them a notice of cancellation via email, via Viber text messages and all other forms of communication. Yun lang ho ang inintay namin kung meron hong letter sa amin. Wala ho kami natatanggap. At dahil nga po nung Monday pa, bago po sinabing pupunta si former president sa hearing, sinabi ho yun, na-cancel na namin Di ba? Na-cancel na ho, bigla hong nasabing pupunta. Hindi naman ho ganun ang proseso. Di ba? Ang proseso, may imbitasyon kami at hinihintay namin yung reply. But even prior to the reply to our invitation, ay na-cancel na po namin. Kasi nga po, sa nabanggit kong rason kanina kung bakit po namin kinancel.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you. Next questions from Marian Enriquez of TV5. Okay, Vivian Gulia from ABS-CBN.
Actually, yung clarification ko yun lang din, sir. So, bali, 2 letters lang po yung na-receive ng Quadcom from the camp of the former president. The first one was yung before the November 1st and the second one was declining the invitation. Wala na pong ibang communication na na-receive po.
Hindi, ganito po yan. Since the start of the Quadcom hearings, invitation has already been extended to the former president and the 2 senators, incumbent senators. But there was no reply. And then we had subsequent committee hearings of the Quad. There was no reply whether they will attend or not. Now, there was a press statement issued by the former president. He said wala siya natatanggap na invitation. That's why we had to send again another invitation for our October 22 committee Quadcom hearing At the following day, we already received a letter coming from his lawyer, si Atty. Delgra, saying that he needs to rest, the former president needs to rest, he has a lot of engagements, has been tired, and because we understood that the former president is already old, and we would like to give him the time to rest. So we accepted the cancellation. Then we sent again another letter, supposedly for the October,
October 28th, I think.
November 7 hearing. Then we received again another letter. Sinasabi na hindi siya pupunta because walang integridad ang Quadcom. At na-prejudge na siya ni Congressman Dan Fernandez tsaka ni Kong Benny Abante. At saka mahaba pa yung rason. So we accepted again the refusal to attend. Now we're supposed to have a November 13 hearing, but we decided to cancel it yesterday. Ngayon sasabihin na pupunta. Ano ba talaga, kuya? Di ba? So I mean, ito formally sent po yung letter, ang invitation. Of course, we appreciate the fact that the former president is now interested to attend, no? Malaki pong yan, dahil malaki pong maitutulong niyan sa Quadcom.
Talagang, in other words, no, talagang propaganda lang, no, yung ginagawa nila, lalong-lalo na yung sinasabi nilang pag-attend sa committee hearing ng Quadcom, no. Talagang nabubudol-budol nga, no, yung ating mga mamamayan regarding sa kung ano yung kanilang mga sinasabing statement.
Lenes Capanti from GMA News Online.
Good morning po. Sir, yung kay former President Duterte also, he said that he had nothing more to say, to add, given his testimony in the Senate, the drug war probe. And he also said na wala na daw siyang pera para pamasahe. Papamasahihan niyo daw ba siya? That's how he said it, na wala na daw siyang pera pamasahe. So how do you respond to this, na he has nothing to add more to what he said in the Senate? So do you agree with that? And yung second na wala daw siyang pamasahe papunta dito.
Well, in fact, that was stated in the letter of Attorney Delgra. No? Sabi niya, he has nothing more to add, no, dun sa Quadcom. Sinabi na daw niya lahat ng gusto niyang sabihin sa ano. And of course, we took note of that. No? Pero nga, mas maganda nga sana na sa kagustuhan ng mga mayorya ng membro ng Quadcom na makaharap at matanong direkta ang ating Pangulo, dating Pangulo. So, I think if the President would welcome that, we will appreciate, no, kapag siya nag-attend. Yun nga lang po, nagkaroon lamang po ng cancellation ngayong Wednesday because of the reasons I stated earlier at hindi dahil sa sinasabi ng mga vlogger. Wala hong hindi ho namin pinakikinggan yan. Nababasa-basa lang po natin yan. Kung sa mga pamasahin naman, nag-usap-usap ang mga chairman. Ang pinakamalaking ambag ay si Congressman Dan sa at gusto lamang malaman kung ilan sila, no, so that we can also accommodate at ma-arrange din po yung mga accommodation.
And at the same time siguro we have to make it formal, no? I-formalize natin lahat kasi nga pag yung sa social media tayo nagsagutan, I think it will not be proper, no? At maliligaw po tayo. Especially yan, nagpo-pronounce sila that they will be attending and it's not even coming from the president, ba? So we are governed by the rule of law and we are governed by the rules of the committee. And I hope that kung talagang a-attend po ang presidente, now is the right time to notify the committee, especially November 21 pa naman yan, malayo pa, Thursday pa. So we have all the time, no, para i-prepare. Ang problem talaga, alam nyo, mahirap din naman po yung bukas maghihiring na po kami. Di somebody will accuse us that we are, kumbaga, binibreak namin yung own rules namin of the 3-day notice. Kaya sana po, no, ibalik na po natin yung tamang proseso para na sa ganun, we will be guided.